Chapter 18. Know your role, Shemale comedian. You don't believe in intentional bias algorithm manipulation against Trump supporter truthers from the hate speech police in Silicon Valley? I've got 15 years of business-to-business sales experience, written for VH1 and VH1 Classic, produced more than 200 Do It All Dad Your podcast episodes by now. Yet the most popular search I appear on LinkedIn is under homemaker. But I've got gaps of wrath on my resume since getting fired from Robert Half in Manhattan, and been left with no choice but to write my family out of poverty by throwing myself into my Do It All Dad Your podcast and companion blog to repurpose all my material, which Twitter has become hell-bent on shadow banning since my 3-year hot streak began. But now I've got 2 books encompassing my best material: Controlling My Kids, a Comedy, a love story, and my collection of A-list gems, and my follow-up book, Do It All Dad Does Jokes. So I can't complain too much about my justified enragement. Did I mention my editor edited a book on how Oskar Schindler overcame ADD? So let me ask this question, Unibrow Meadow. Who do you think knows more about actual real-life Nazi persecution? Is it Face Zuck, a.k.a. Goodwill Hoodie at Facebook, or a Holocaust historian who edited a book on Oskar fucking Schindler? Case closed. You hypocritical, sanctimonious Twitter twats, Chelsea Clinton included. But making fun of Chelsea Clinton is sexist. But she's not even ugly anymore. Plus, I think Alyssa Milano is a divisive twat on Twitter, too. On Twitter, all you hear about is the boom time Trump economy, pre the man-made corona virus from China. But what story gets zero attention is the costly price of exercising your freedom of speech in this age of victimized, manufactured, sore loser resistance. Again, how dare a proud New York Jew like myself, who got his TV writing break writing all the host reads for WWE star Chris Jericho for a heavy metal music video countdown marathon special on VH1 Classic, who became a recommended writer on TVWriter.com for his 30 Rock spec script, The Kings of Comedy, dare turn his back on the rape enablement party that's in bed with the best and brightest stars who have defined Gen X generation and beyond. No way. Rapewood and corporate America don't play that. You want to come out as a pro-Trumpian, online or off? Okay, then we're going to shame you into thinking you're some degenerate, dumb Jew who only supports Trump because you're an out-of-work, jaded, angry white man who's bitter over not being in the Writers Guild of America, when your people from Scarsdale, New York, should have had multiple showrunner credits to be showcased on their IMDb page already. But now, you're over working in Hollywood and cool with just doing copywriter work for Vineyard Vines, Dress for New Success. Nobody is listening or respecting your opinion anymore, especially within the high-octane imagination world of creative copywriting in the tri-state area. Ignore, delete, bye-bye. Google hasn't deleted your entire digital footprint yet because you're not deemed big enough to be branded an anti-Muslim activist like Tommy Robinson. Face the facts. You're a less popular, poor man's Laura Loomer at best, but at least she's got friends on the far-right site and can text Milo for Jaeger mixed drink tips whenever she wants. No proud, white Jewish Zionists, Trump-loving Americans will never be welcome on Madison Avenue to help shape popular culture with more Nike campaigns starring fake news pro Colin Kaepernick. Have you ever seen a biracial afro that large before? Slash from Guns N' Roses tried it, and it was a total flop. You're so not Patton Oswalt, but good luck scoring laughs with that gem at local towny bars in northern Westchester, further and further out of reach of big city comedy cellar glory. In fact, just know your role and stay on Kitchen Patrol detail to make more hummus quesadillas for your environment-killing family of 5, because cans of garbanzo beans is all you can afford, you deplorable piece of shit, for supporting, celebrating, and emoting by the most hilarious, American-loving, freedom of speech defending president known throughout the history of mankind. Keep on thinking that, and see how much further it breaks you apart from whatever remaining so-called bond you have with friends and family. In other words, know your role, Shemale comedian. You're on KP detail, making hummus quesadillas for life for the crime of talking down to the East Coast elitist establishment that reared you into the comedic monster you are today. My old sales boss at an IT recruitment firm in Manhattan Beach once said, "Innovate or die." Too bad in this current censorship purge climate, Silicon Valley, big banks, and Madison Avenue, old world media, and every George Soros funded group will do everything in their power to deplatform and apply a stranglehold on those innovative money-making measures through banning your use of GoFundMe or PayPal, which has happened to Laura Loomer and Tommy Robinson in England, all for calling out the widespread silencing of any nationalistic voice, which calls for greater homeland security, an increase in walls, and use of ICE, and vetted legal immigration because homeland security was so weapons of mass destruction years. I could have used any of the below titles to express the price I paid for exercising my freedom of speech and being a blacklisted, Trumpian, shit-talking truther of the most deplorable, illuminating order. GoFundMe. Corporate America won't either. Off the list. Trumpian truthers. Free speech ain't cheap, Jack. Shouting at fake news divider devils. Selling your soul to monk killers. PayPal is no friend of mine. Band of big tech Nazis. Manic resistant depression. Broken LinkedIn losers. Unwanted Trumpian truthers. Sanctimonious Twitter tail twats. More far right than wrong. Real narcissists aren't lovable resistors. Ball gag attacks on Trumpians. Hey Trump, or you can't earn around here. Taking on the outrage mob. Real-time Trump, truth or censorship, outing, fake goodwill hoodie, surviving, expulsion from corporate America, 24/7 Trumpian terrorist attacks. I'm a less popular, Laura Loomer, humorless, hypocritical hacks hate. Deplatforming is dangerous for your health. Patriotism gone mainstream. Patriotism isn't a subculture, dude. Patriotism is here to stay. My children hug flags, and not because I order them to. They do it out of love from the depth of their freedom-loving hearts. My family went on a hike today, northern Westchester. Out of nowhere, my beautiful 5-year-old son, Arthur Morrison Cornblue, started belting out America the Beautiful without having to lip-sync or fumble over the words like Leslie Nielsen did with the national anthem and the Naked Gun either. I always knew he was 10 times smarter than I was. My son's patriotic verse tickled Walt Whitman with joy, from above and beyond, from sea to shining sea.